You can lie down, you can sit down, you can lie down, you tie right there. You can get away. I say, what's the name of this soup? Pepper soup. And it's tasting good. Pepper soup. Once you take a taste, pepper soup. You can't leave the place. Pepper soup. Once you drink that pepper soup, you can't get away. In Liberia, you have to stay. Fire! I hear they talk in Liberia when foreigners come over here and drink pepper soup, drink pepper soup. It does have them spellbound and have them singing this song, drink pepper soup, drink pepper soup. They don't want to go home at all when they eat swallow with bitter ball. Boonie, kuta aka, oh oh, it's pepper, oh oh, eh. You can sit down, you can lie down, you can turn round, you tie right there. You can't get away. I say, what's the name of this soup? Pepper soup. And it's tasting good. Pepper soup. Once you take a taste, pepper soup. You can't leave the place. Pepper soup. Once you drink that pepper soup, you can't get away. In Liberia, you have to stay. Fire! I heard of this young man. He went to the motherland and drink pepper soup. He drank pepper soup. He couldn't understand why he could leave the land because of pepper soup. Drink pepper soup. It's the first time he eats so much mixture. Crayfish, crab, and barracuda. All kind of dry fish. They call swat. Oh, it's pepper. Oh, eh. He could sit down, he could lie down, he could turn round, he tie right there. He could get away. I say, what's the name of this soup? Pepper soup. Man, it's tasting good. Pepper soup. Once you take a taste, pepper soup. You can't leave the place. Pepper soup. Once you drink that pepper soup, you can't get away. In Liberia, you have to stay.
Well, hello, ladies. Welcome.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. The people, country, and the time has changed.
Yeah, I'm still getting adjusted to the time change.
You guys got a time change over there too, Claudia?
Yeah, we got 1 hour change. So
Oh,
we're on the time now with Liberia.
okay.
Okay. So it's okay. So it's 5 hours. I know for you, Yade, it's about 6 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I stick around here. The people winter not cash. Winter has caught me. Good eve, as the people can say in Liberia. Good evening. Good evening. I had to change my position in the house because it's Sunday. There's football, both American and soccer, and then it's cold outside. So I'm like, oh Lord. But anyway, we're here. How's everybody? Quite a higher place looking dark. So you're not in Liberia, are you? Tell me now.
The light blew off. I don't know how to change it.
No
So I gotta wait for them to do it tomorrow.
No man. How you doing, Yade?
Oh, doing well, doing well. It's unseasonably warm in Minnesota.
What?
Let me be quiet. Today is November, what, 7th? We
Yeah.
haven't seen the W stuff yet. It's actually in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
Yeah, global warming is cool, yeah,
it's
very
real.
cool.
Really?
Yeah, well, not very cold, but it's a little chilly to be sitting outside right now. So, but anyway, let's expect that. Well, welcome, those of you who are watching. Welcome to Salamartu and Friends. It's me. We have Claude. Charlene is running late. Man, if this was a job show, getting paid for, but it's done. And of course, you know, Rabina is on leave. Her schedule will change, I think, in December or something, but she'll be joining us for special Wednesdays until her schedule changed for her to be able to join us on Sunday. And then, of course, we have the lovely Yade here. I just like saying your name, Yade.
Yeah,
Yade, Claude, Yade.
I know.
The only thing you don't call me wedding at all.
I know, right? Yeah, you get that too, yeah? I get it too.
Wedding got a different meaning.
Oh, wedding?
Yes.
Oh, you see, well, my cousin name is Wade. So
No, that's different.
yeah.
That's Basa.
So yeah, so of course, Yade is our special guest host, therapist. She will be joining us the first Sundays of each month, which is self-care Sundays.
Yeah.
So you know, Yade, as I, you know, be free to let us know, you know, what you want to take care of, what you want to talk about, because they want that free therapy for you. That free you ask your question. The only difference is this would not be a private. We will know. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so welcome to the show. If you're joining us this Sunday, sorry about the time. The people time not changing in America, my people, you know, when the fall come, they can fall backwards, spring come, they spring forward, all kind of different things. So we had to be on extremely early today because now it's 5 hours difference from Liberia. So we had to get on at 3 o'clock instead of 4. And you know, because of Claude and Charlene, we had changed the time to 4 o'clock before. So in America, but we want to
Are you saying it like you complaining?
Yeah, I'm complaining. Me, I'm not complaining.
It sounds like you're complaining.
I'm not complaining, but nevertheless, we always want to stay on Liberia's time because this is all about Liberia, whether it's on the ground or whether it's in the diaspora. With that said, today during the second hour, I'm so excited that the singer SWEETZ. I love this young lady. I mean, I met her in 2016, and she did a song for me. If you don't know, one of my favorite artists is Eric Giso. And one of my favorite songs is Noah. It's do it. I absolutely love that. That song is in like my top 5 songs. And she did the a cappella version of it in her voice. I mean, every time I hear, I actually found a video clipping of it. So I will play it when she comes on. But I just think, you know, her voice is just so beautiful. So it'll be exciting to talk to her during the second hour and just find out what she's been up to. You know, Liberia has so much talent. Let our other singer, Ray Claude. I mean, I'm just like, what do people name?
Got money for me, man.
Yeah, but you can just do a little taste. Yeah, the people that can sing. For the show, yeah, you're supposed to make song and a song. You can make song, yeah? Or they we singing the old man song, yeah, Calypso or Rose. We know.
The problem is right now it's difficult to make songs in Liberia. Yeah.
I say like Brian, you get
as a Liberian, it's difficult for you to make music now.
Yeah, no, I hear that a lot. So it'll be exciting to kind of
difficult, you know. The competition too high right now.
Yeah, my sister would say make one song for our little show. That always say, yeah, and we'll put money together.
The competition too high right now, you know. It will be hard to do that kind of thing. Yeah.
But nevertheless, yeah, you know, exciting to have SWEETZ on to talk about, I guess, you know, what she's been up to and also the music industry. So with that said, we gotta go into, I don't know, how was your week? The whole week. How was your
Ah,
my week? What
my,
your
Recording in progress.
Ooh,
my week was up and down. I did a few work, but then I had an allergy reaction, so my face was swollen.
oh wow.
It's still coming down a bit now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my eyes, my face. So I had to go and see the doctor on Friday. But seeing doctor now because of COVID is so difficult. So you got to do video call here, take picture there,
Yeah.
and do everything like 20 feet away from the hospital.
Yeah.
It's much better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, them people they're professional. They got us doing their job. You doing their virtual conference with them, they're telling you take your temperature, do your blood pressure. I'm like, but when now? Who and I own a job?
Keeping us all safe.
Yeah, it's like do your temperature. I'm like, what?
But for certain things, when it comes to health, there are certain things that I believe they are necessary. So whether you are in whatever profession it is, you have to know certain things. Like you need to know what the normal temperature range is, what the normal pressure range is.
Mhm.
It's important. It's important to know how to administer first aid, or maybe the helmet maneuver. People getting choked.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We're
They,
coming
they
all
are
the
necessary because when those
now.
things, when you need to use those things, they are not where you will find professionals. On football field where people fitty, you will not find a doctor there to tell you what to do. So yeah,
Yeah, I can.
it is something that people could look at to offer in schools and make it basic as possible.
But I didn't complain. I had no choice but to go take my weight, do my temperature, do my my pressure. Yeah. So, but yeah, then how was your week?
My week was a hectic week, to be honest. It was a very emotionally heavy week as far as work, because I work with people and sometimes they're in crisis and stuff. So it was very heavy on that end. But I live for my weekend. So I've learned to separate my professional from my personal. So I look forward to the weekends to decompressing and leaving work at work. So this was a nice weekend. Had a lovely Saturday, got out there and did some things, and yeah, great. And today's self-care Sunday, so just taking it easy, chilling.
I think I started my self-care yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week was just spending time with family and friends. A lot of virtual meetings this week, kind of crazy, but I'm getting used to it now. So I've gotten used to it, I should say. I actually like it. But just very quiet. Like last night, I watched a lot of, I don't know what got it, what is getting into me. I watched a lot of the Holocaust stories. And I'm like, I need to stop watching. Yes. I saw one, The Zookeeper's Wife. And then, Netflix can start recommending other things. Yeah. I started with the Harder They Fall with Idris Elba. I watched it earlier this week. It is an excellent movie. The soundtrack.
Say so, but I didn't get it. I didn't get that vibe. So I didn't.
Oh, no. It's good. It's very violent. But yeah. It's based on real characters, but of course the storyline is a little different. But it's in my top 5 movies of all time now. And
maybe I'll finish it.
Yeah, it was really good.
It looked like the Squid Game where you'd be like, this movie is good.
No, like, that's a storyline.
Why did I watch it? Yeah. So,
but the thing is, everybody's bad in the movie, but you don't want them to die. It's like one of those movies where you just like, they're bad and not supposed to do what they're doing. But I don't want them to die. I want all of them to be the hero. But it was a really good movie, because a lot of Western movie, we don't see African Americans in it. And this one starred all African Americans. They were tough. It was just a beautiful, I love the movie. And then I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack didn't go with the time. They had a lot of like reggae. I think Jay-Z was the producer of this soundtrack. So the soundtrack is completely, it's not Western. It's very different, but it just seemed to kind of gel with the movie. But anyway, I said go watch it. I give it a 4.5 star simply because somebody in the movie that didn't want to die. So somebody died. I didn't want him to die.
The man Mario.
Well, who's not talking about him? I don't want to talk about him because
I said the man. I don't know which man.
I know that.
I'm being generic.
So that one other man, and we know he married or not. No one other person. But anyway, the harder they fall, and then of course, then I got into my Holocaust movie, which was The Zookeeper's Wife, and then another one was it was based on a true story as well, that had to do with the last Nazi general that was prosecuted in Israel for his part in the Holocaust. And this was the first trial to be broadcast. It was in the 50s or 60s, the first trial to be broadcast, and that future live testimony from victims of the Holocaust. And it was, I mean, the more I watch it, I was just like, man. And then of course, it got me thinking about Liberia. I'm like,
exactly.
People need to go on trial. They need to go haul people from wherever they are, because this guy had literally moved out of Germany. He went to Argentina, changed his name, was pretending like he had never been in Germany before. But anyways, so yeah, so that was that. So before we get into the hot topics, we see Evelyn Duke the Shield is on. Kimmy Weeks is on. Kimmy, hello. We got Fuss. Arnett Diggs is on as well. If you have any comments, just go ahead and put it in the box. Later on, we'll also be talking about breaking up. We choose a social topic on breaking up. And I will tell you a little story about why breaking up. When you want to break up with somebody and the person does not want to break up with you, the person don't want to break up with you, what do you do? And what to do to prevent it from becoming a situation that neither one of y'all can handle. So Charlene was just joining us. She just joined us. Well, hello, Miss Carrie.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Yeah, internet all right today?
Well, yeah, I guess. I can't speak too fast. You never know. I'm actually just going to join you ladies by audio today. I'm in an undisclosed location.
So we relatively ballet. Okay.
Yade, how are you?
Doing super well. How you
I guess
doing,
you had a
Charlene?
good weekend.
I'm having a good weekend.
Okay.
That's good. That's important.
Look at how she look at me with that thrust. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
gonna talk after we get offline.
Okay, she's having a good weekend.
Look, man,
you know that she's having, so her weekend is still on.
Exactly.
My weekend is still going until 12 o'clock tonight. It's still the weekend, right?
Yes.
Oh, mom, sorry, I wronged you. Yeah.
I mean, just don't do it again.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into our hot topics. Of course, the first on the list. I'm sure everybody by now heard about William Tolbert, the son of the late President William Tolbert. He was murdered. The police has ruled it as a murder. He has a homicide, I should say. He was murdered, and because of not just him, at first I'd like to extend my condolences to the family, to the Tolbert family. So, we have you guys in our prayers. It's not much more. I know it's a lot. I have cousins who are Tolbert, so, my heart really goes out to the family. And this story, it didn't just stop there. there was a lady who worked with the immigration. Yeah, that was also murder. Um, just a string of murders, high profile murders. So the Ministry of Justice has actually issued a um a reward, a $15,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest of the individuals for all three. William Talbert, John Tutman, who was also a murder in September, and I'm trying to find the lady's name.
Here, I'll look for it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So she was, they cut her head off. Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know hers was so well, I mean, all of them are gruesome murders, but I didn't know she was decapitated.
Yeah. So, well, the Ministry of Justice, the government is now heavily involved. And the other question that keeps coming up, a concern that keeps coming up, is the fact that we have a bicentennial celebration that's coming up. Regardless of the bicentennial, usually in December, that's when you see a lot of people coming to Liberia for vacation, Liberians coming back. So now, of course, the question is Liberia safe? I mean, that's a question that anywhere I go, it keeps coming up. The topic keeps coming up. Oh, is it safe? You're in Liberia, is it safe? And honestly, I always tell people that Liberia is it's pretty safe. Yeah, these are high profile homicide, but for the most part, I've moved back to Liberia for like 11 years, and I drive myself. I like to stay in the street. Sorry. Yeah, and for the most part, I've been, it's a safe place. I mean, I don't know.
No, Liberia is safe to a certain extent. Obviously, if these are, I won't say random, but they're not frequent occurrences in Liberia. So for this to have happened, for us to have back-to-back homicides in the way that it's happened, it makes it seem like we are under attack. But Liberia is relatively safe compared to other places where you literally, like, you're running home before it starts to get dark because people are standing on the side of the street and not discreetly waiting to attack you. They're just waiting to attack you, and everybody knows this is what happens. And it happens in other countries. In Liberia, we don't have those type of threats. So, of course, nobody wants to say these are random cases, but it's not a constant thing that we should be, or we have been afraid of in the past, that if you're laying down in your house, somebody's going to come and attack you at home. Most people are afraid of being in the streets after certain hours in certain communities. So being at home, you're not really at risk. But with these three cases, it kind of, raises eyebrows. But I don't consider Liberia to be an unsafe country.
Yeah. Okay.
And
her name was Maud Elliott. Elliott.
I think when it comes to safety in Liberia, there are a lot of things for us to consider. There are factors that will enhance people's insecurity. We have had a lot of problems with money issues in Liberia. So the fact that we have issues with the rate, with the economy, it makes it more prominent that people are hungry. People are, they are on the verge of doing whatever they can do to survive. That increases their anger. It increases violent situations. It increases theft. It increases murders and all those different things, because people cannot just necessarily meet their daily needs. So I think the safety is directly tied to how the economy has been the last few months. So it is not good, and nobody should be fooled to say that it is okay. What is going to happen over the holiday period you're going to have people coming in country, which is a good thing. They're going to bring cash with them because they know our ATM they ain't working for them to bring their story. They will bring cash with them and they will have some support for the economy. But also they will be going to places in the middle of the night. They will be traveling in the evening to entertainment centers. You cannot guarantee their safety because people know that they are from out of the country. Maybe the fact that they came on holiday, they did come with extra cash. They came with new clothes, new jewelries, and all that. So they will be targeted for whatever crimes that are going on now. So they will need to watch out for where they go and how they go, and not just rely on, oh, I'm a Liberian. Once you enter Liberia from a different country, everybody already know before you even speak. They say they're walking a bit different. So, so we have to be conscious of that and not, make people relax that it is okay. It is not okay. People need to be on their guard. People need to make sure that they understand where they are going to stay and with who family member they're going to be with. Where they go, they should try to go in groups and make sure they have as much communication as possible during their late travels. That's the only thing you can do.
Exactly. And for me, this is a very trigger, this topic is a trigger topic just for self disclosure. The last time I was in Liberia was March of 2016, and I went to bury my brother, Harry Greaves Jr., who was also murdered, quote unquote, under mysterious circumstances, correct? So this, I can feel myself going, all different emotions being pulled here. So when we talk about safety, safety is pretty much, is relevant. Safety for who? Because I think about the Christmas before he was discovered dead, right? That Christmas I was vacationing in Liberia with my family. When you say a false sense of safety, safety was not even on my radar. Like you say, there you're enjoying yourself, you gallivanting different times of the day, different times of the night, not very conscious of your surrounding. Fast forward 60 days later, I'm there because of my brother being found dead, miles away from where he was last seen. My level, the lens, it's like the lens was taken away, correct? And my level of like awareness of my surroundings, am I really safe here? And that's the last time I visited Liberia. That's the last time I've been in Liberia, and I wrestle with if and when I'm going next, because that safety is paramount. My safety was greatly compromised because of a situation like that, someone who's an intimate loss. Because to me, death and murder doesn't even go in the same category, y'all. But that's a whole different therapy session for that. When someone dies versus when someone is murdered, it doesn't come from the same point of grief. It's not the same. Yeah. And then when you talk about quote unquote high profile and your grief is on a public stage, it's different. It's different. So just, yes, our heart goes out to the, to the families of the loved ones for those who were taken away, but then also that respect of that privacy, because your grief is not even afforded to you. You're grieving at the same time people are discovering topics and amidst controversies. There's no privacy in it. Your opinion is just so public. It's a different level. But like I said, we'll talk about that. We'll dedicate this will not even be a self-care, because that's a little bit too heavy for self-care. But we can find a forum in how to breach that topic, because it's very prominent and it's very raw. It keeps on coming up in our society.
And I think the other issue when we're talking about the safety, people feel like there's no consequences. Like a lot of the murders, the homicide, nobody solves it. After a while, we just kind of forget about it. Nat Barnes actually did an article recently, and he just lists like a series of recent homicide. And after we talk about it for about 2 or 3 weeks, it seems as if it gets swept under the rug. Now, maybe the government is investigating, but it would be nice for them to communicate with the public, especially with these high profile cases. And I think maybe if we were to hear that, something was solved, to understand that, okay, this person was murdered, was a personal issue, was a random issue. That will also help us feel a little comfortable going back to Liberia. But I do agree with what Claudia said, that, you know, when you go in, don't just go and say, oh, I'm in Liberia. You know, you do have to be prepared. You got to take a lot of safety cautions, as if you were going to any other country where places you don't live. You have to be aware of your surrounding. You have to know who to call if you do get into a situation and that sort of thing. But I do see a lot of people who will come to Liberia during December, and it's this attitude of, yeah, you know, I'm a Liberian, I can do X, Y, Z. But you know, when I say Liberia is fairly safe, Liberia really is fairly safe if we look at the data compared to other countries. But nevertheless, as safe as it is, there are certain things I wouldn't necessarily do. I like the street business, but I make sure, I think I started going home at a certain time. In the past, I think right around after COVID was lifted a little bit, I started going home a little earlier. Because as safe as I felt in Liberia, there was still a little concern that, you know, perhaps maybe somebody might decide they want to rob me. They would think I have money. So I started going home a little bit earlier. You get to wherever you're going, you make sure the security is up. You call him before you even get on the road, because they're usually sleeping. So you call him, let him open the gate. So when you come in, you're not stopping to blow your horn. You either make sure that somebody drives behind you to get to your house, and then they can go about their way. I mean, there are just different things you need to do. Maybe don't travel alone by yourself at certain times. But before you go to Liberia, don't just go with the attitude of, oh, I'm going back home. Go with the attitude of, you know, I'm going to be prepared and try to be as careful as possible. So, yeah. Well, kind of jumping topics from the safety to, you know, the President Weah was at a UN program, the United Nations Day program recently. And he actually, during his speech, he actually said that he went and visited, of course, the 15 counties, one of his county tours, and he did not see the UN presence. He didn't feel like the UN presence was felt in rural Liberia. I need to sneeze. And, you know, my first reaction was, what? What do you mean you feel the UN, that the UN supposed to develop your country? That was my first reaction. Earlier today, I did have a very similar conversation with my uncle about aid coming into Liberia, what it's used for. A lot of people feel like, you know, you have all this money that's pouring into Liberia, but a lot of times the money that they say is pouring into Liberia is not really, you don't really see a lot of, you don't feel the presence of that money. And of course, my argument to my uncle, I was like, you know what? When countries like USA give money, that's US taxpayers' money. They already have a plan for how that money should be spent in your country. You can either go to the table and try to negotiate to see what you want to see accomplished, or you can just take the people aid and do what the people earmark that particular money for. And they might be saying, we give $100 million, and you might not have seen $100 million, but a lot of times it's also in equity. It's also in donation of products that they give. But when I heard this statement, I was just like, are you serious? The UN supposed to be developing your country?
The first thing, if the UN is visible in your country, then that means you have a very serious problem. That's the first thing. If you go to a country and the UN is visible, that means the country is in a serious problem. It doesn't matter in what capacity.
Yeah.
The UN was created to solve problems that were not being solved on national level. They came in as mediators to provide assistance for neutrality, to provide assistance for peace, to be a mediator for communication so that things can work.
Yeah.
So if you go to a forum and say that the UN is not visible, then you don't know what the UN stands for.
Mm.
Second thing, the climate change part of the UN, they do give support, but those support will only be given if your citizens and if your country knows exactly what they want to promote, what they want to sustain, or what they want to reserve. The UN will not do it for you. The thing about us, we are so blessed. We have so many things that can be reserved and sustained, and so many ways to get money for our natural habitat. And we are not using that.
Yeah.
We instead look for different things. So you cannot find a UN presence in our country if we don't tell them that we need support on, X, Y, and Z levels. It's not possible.
Yeah.
A question. You just talked about him saying that he doesn't see the UN presence in the rural areas, but what was the conversation after that? I don't get why it even came up, and what was the purpose of.
No, it wasn't a conversation. He was giving a speech. It was a UN Day event. So he's given a speech, and within the speech, he actually tells the UN that he just came from his county tour and he went to rural Liberia, and he knows that the UN has spent a lot of money in Liberia. He thanked them for it, but he felt like their presence, there was no impact within the rural areas. Now, we know that, as Claudia said, the UN came to Liberia on a peacekeeping mission. That's why they came to Liberia. They came for peace. They came for peace. They came to mediate. They came to calm us down. Are you fighting war? Maybe that's the impact you you need to talk about. Obviously, we're not fighting war. We're not fighting. Well, we're fighting, but we're not fighting the war we're fighting. We stop it. So maybe that's the impact that the UN have. We know that the UN was part of the disarming of the soldiers, which that's why they were there. So, but we know when the president said, "Oh, he doesn't see the impact." We know what he's talking about. You're talking about the roads. You're talking about the hospital. You're talking about things that your government should be responsible for implementing. They want for your mother. Anyway, so yeah, that's
And
that.
I think
UN has
honestly,
not responded to him.
And I think honestly, Liberia, as much as we try to deter away from it, is very much a country that looks for big government. We don't look at for the private sector or civil society. It's always about, and government will do this when government do that. So it's not baffling if our leadership is also looking for a big government, good big government or big governance from other parties or larger bodies, And like Claudia said, when people come, it's a targeted mission. We come in either to help you with your, post-war issue reconciliation type programs. We're here to as peacekeepers or ECOMOG or whatever. These things are time limited, but we exhaust so much. Our donors experience donor fatigue.
Yeah.
Because like when we're about an issue finished now, we on to the next.
Our issues never finish.
And and that's what the conversation that's the conversation that's happening now, because one, I always tell people USA money is the American people tax money, that is taxpayers money on their side. So their employees who are there, the government officials or the employees of USAID, they have to come back here and tell their taxpayer through the legislature what they've done with the money that was earmarked for whatever it is was earmarked for. And that's the same thing that's happening in the EU. One of the meetings that I had with the EU delegation was focused on the impact that they've made, because their taxpayers were not asking, okay, we've been given this amount to Liberia for so long. We're not seeing any kind of impact that this is going. They keep coming back. And I'm rephrasing this. They keep coming back for more money, but we're not seeing what they're doing. So then it becomes, okay, should we give them money, or perhaps maybe we should cut it down?
Let me ask one question. So, Charlene, we see your face today.
It just feel like someone ghost talking. That place she better put a visual background on it. And yeah, I don't understand the other woman here.
I don't have a virtual background.
You got virtual background on Zoom. Everybody got virtual backgrounds.
Then you can use your physical background, no problem.
No. That the one she won't use.
I suspected you know who, Charlie.
Don't go against the wall, Charlie.
I'll call your security team.
I suspected you know who. We'll call
what
it
are you
IT
at?
guys.
Yeah.
I play you air.
The security in the country.
In the rural areas.
Yeah, I'm in the rural areas.
You in the rural area because your internet is
You
just fine.
looking for the youth presence.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's the other woman. Okay. But some of the comments I'm going through. Of course, Veda is saying a press conference would be helpful. This was in response to the police updating us on the different cases. And Arnett says, I always drive by the house and take a look before blowing that horn when she's in Liberia. Hey, Glendy. And Tania, I call him my cousin name. I got nickname for, she got her yard name, but I will not call it. Liberia. Liberia is a sovereign nation. Therefore, if we have any sort of foreign presence, there is a
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's true.
We must learn to rely on ourselves and not on others. Where is our independence? Well, that's part of the problem.
The thing is that we have all these people with so much knowledge, and the ones that we choose to send to represent the country don't have the knowledge to be able to pass on the information. It's bad. I was looking at the list of the attendees this week from Liberia to the COP. We, the professionals in environment,
clarify the COP.
they reached to us.
Got a lot of political.
Yeah. So that's the issue. So when you have those platforms and you don't have the right message to send across from the country, then it makes all of us look stupid. That's not what we want. Because obviously, if you have the right people, they will know that UN is not supposed to be present in Bapolu.
Well, somebody wrote that speech for him.
Even the person that said wrote his speech,
somebody wrote the speech and was very confident to take that speech and give it to the president.
To be nice today with my mouth.
Yeah. Speaking of leaders who just don't know their role within the government. So the Minister of Foreign Affairs went to Ghana. And I guess went to Ghana, there will be 7,000 Liberians who will come back to Liberia, who will return to Liberia by January 31st. There will be 7,000 Liberians who will. I ain't myself.
Yes.
So 7,000 Liberians.
I think your page on private, so the link can share.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, I'll change it. Yeah. So what's funny to me, I'm like, okay, it took him, the president had to send him there. He goes there and want to extend the time. Of course, the Ghanaian says no. We're not extending the time. So at least about 7,000 Liberians will be returning. But what wasn't resolved is the Liberians who choose to be reintegrated, not reintegrated, but integrated into the Ghanaian society. Wasn't there an issue with their work permit? Was that resolved? Or we just going to leave that until the people start complaining again, and then he will go back and go try to fix it. Because I don't think the issue was so much coming back. The 7,000 people who are coming back, I'm assuming they're also going to give them identity for them to be able to return, because that was one of the issues. Two, the people who choose to stay in Ghana, did they resolve the work permit that says you can't work and you can't do business in Ghana? Was that resolved? No.
Well,
What's
the back end of it? Are they just saying, you said 700, right?
7,000, I'm sorry.
7,000.
Yeah.
So do we have, what's the number of refugees that are currently, well, I don't know if they're still considered refugees, but what's the number of Liberians that are currently in Ghana? And do you have a choice? Do you have a choice on coming back or have a choice on staying? And who makes that determination? Because from what I understood, the Ghanaian people basically wanted all of the Liberians on the refugee camp to leave, right?
They wanted them to leave the camp. They wanted them to remove from the camp. The people on the camp were saying that, one, they didn't have any identification. There was a lot of people who, I guess they were living stateless. So they didn't have,
they didn't have a
status in the country. Exactly.
Okay.
So we know that a couple of months ago, the Ghanaian government issued these residence permit, but the resident permit said that you cannot work and you cannot
visitors permit.
Yeah. So then the question is, on all sides, number one, isn't that in violation of ECOWAS protocols? Two, what is our government doing about the people who may want to leave, the people who are looking for a passport, the people who are looking for some kind of identity? What's been going on since for the last like 10, 15, 20 years? And now you go back now, the people say, okay, they want that land, however way we feel about it, they want that parcel of land, whatever they want to do with it. There are countries that actually plan development. We're not used to that, but there are people who actually plan for like 10, 20, 15 years.
Yeah, they implement.
And they implement. So the people are ready to, the people have planned and they want their land back. So for me, that's not even the issue. If they want their land, they want their land back. Now you have your citizens who are sitting there. It takes a protest. It takes the Ghanaian government to embarrass us, to say, you know what, the people need to go. We care the stateless and not stateless, they need to go. For you to finally go to Ghana, direct up the street to say what? Okay, you extended. What's in the extending? Anyway, that your Minister of Foreign Affairs. That here.
So these people that are coming back now, who's sponsoring the?
He talk about that one there. You talk about they're coming back.
Okay.
Yeah. They coming back. The one who choose to stay there, I guess they will be there with their resident permit, their visitors or whatever permit that say they can't work, they can't go to school, they can't do anything. Then when they jump out and say they're protesting, then we'll go back there again to go resolve that issue. Anyway, I want to talk to them. What next? Hot topic. Let me see.
Well, what's the back end?
What other back end there? And we talked to Leo about this.
That Claudia telephone keeps playing. Does nobody asking back any question now?
Where the?
If she will put her camera on so we can see her, none of this will be here. But she won't put it on.
It got nothing to do with my camera.
It's your camera. Put your camera on when I had a problem.
I got no volume on.
And not you, man, her camera.
You sure that the volume you hear you or like the other phone near you?
No phone near me.
We'll see.
What's the next hot topic?
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's see the. Won't be sure what it like. We need to
go. I
want to make sure you all right, Omar. Anything can happen. One know where to send the people, all of that.
Got GPS?
Yeah.
Okay.
So put it on.
What is next hot topic, Salamartu?
The next hot topic that people on Zoom without their camera on.
We're not paying you for this week. Let me
I'm
just
telling you.
Okay, give me half my pay.
We're not going to pay you this week.
Well, our next topic. Oh, before I get to the next topic, so that Rabina there, she made us sit down the other day. We did the whole recipe with this drink. She didn't take one picture of the drink to send it. Not one. I won't even tell you what happened to the drink.
Was it good though?
That was made for 6 people.
Yeah, rarity.
How many person drink the drink for 6?
That's a real question.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a picture?
I'm not gonna snitch on my girl because I'm not a snitch. But the drink was meant for 6 persons.
That's the other Liberian person that is giving recipe and telling us measurements and time limit. Like seriously, I was disturbed.
But you know, Rabina is very, she's very.
I was really, really disturbed. Even me, when I bake cornbread or something and somebody asks me for a recipe, I tell you, I can give you the ingredients, but I can give you the recipe because I'm a star. I eyeball my measurement. I don't do, I shake the container like that until when I look at it, I know it's enough, then I move to the next one. I don't put spoon in it to be measured.
All that measurement made us wait for 10 minutes.
A tablespoon of this.
And then
1/4 teaspoon of this. Like, who does that?
I wanted to post it, and just kind of encourage people to make their drinks and see what it looks like. Instead of going on Facebook and taking a picture that I wanted the actual drink. I beg you, we're all gone. I'm not saying my girl drank it. I'm just saying it was gone. So we have said that
I think she left it on fire too much to boil. I think
I ain't born.
Rabina is not here to defend herself.
You here to defend yourself. Why you can turn your camera on?
Don't let you get away with it when you're no more.
It looks like coming to log off.
But always hearing our voice. You can't even see the name.
I'm hearing the echo behind her.
Yeah. No, my sis.
You safe?
Yeah, it sounds like you safe, Mom. What's your concern?
We need to know if you're safe.
I'm good, ladies. I'm good.
You can do the finger sign. Why did I say you do like this?
I will have to go and find a picture of the drink somewhere, and I'll post it on Facebook. But we have some ginger anana to give away to the sexiest photo. So all this week we will be giving like 2 bottles of 2 at a time. Yeah, we can give you plenty. 2 bottles at a time.
Yeah, another can come here to us.
Oh, don't embarrass our country. Yeah, yes, we can export. We may not have light in the country, but we can export the drink. If somebody traveling, they can bring it.
People don't frequent this side.
Plenty people will be trying. I see Evelyn on here. Evelyn, Mom, wherever you come in to Liberia, please let us know. So we can send the ginger anana. But the sexiest picture, and everybody can enter. So us on here, anybody, let's see who will take the sexiest picture of this drink. I will find a picture of the drink, or maybe I will just go.
The sexiest picture of the drink?
The drink that Rabina made, that the one that she didn't take the picture
wine.
Yeah,
The mood wine. She has some swerval orange peel on it, and she had a very sexy see-through mug.
Oh,
yeah. So, find out.
For me, I can already say I failed the challenge because half of the ingredients we can't find it in my beer.
No, but I'm glad they told you what to do. We got it, Emma.
The thing there.
That quick thing, Rabina, we're talking about.
Too many names.
Yeah. It there.
We have a lot of spices, especially if you check at exclusive supermarket. They do have, because they have Indian stuff.
Yeah.
they do have a whole aisle with so many spices on it, and the good thing is that they do have natural ones too.
Hmm.
So yeah, you
Let's
can
see.
find them.
Yeah, no, we give it up to Friday. We'll see who the sexiest photo. And I think I'm getting in the contest too. You know, I'm less busy. So
Depends, huh?
I'm a little less busy. So okay, so our next topic was about a school building that the owner of the school building is an elementary school in Grand Bassa County. The school is renting from private citizens. The public school, let me put it there. The public school is renting the building from a private citizen. Didn't pay their rent, almost $22,000. The owner said, you know what? I want to rent or I evict. I like to talk about eviction because there was a story out this week. I'm sorry. But so they threatened to evict the students from the school. My question is, in this day and age, why are we still renting from private citizens? Why government still renting from private citizens? Why? $22,000 you owe in rent. There was no way you can, because the school building's the building to begin with, ain't nothing elaborate. Yeah, let's just start with that. So why are we continuing to pay private citizens for their private properties? Government.
We have not yet considered education a serious building block of our society.
Hmm.
And as long as that has not happened, we will continue to be where we are. The Ministry of Education, we got their own building.
Mhm.
They're renting. I think that building used to be
No, the
called.
Ministry of Education,
That's not true.
They are not in
so
their
they
own
moved.
building.
It's in the ministry.
They moved
They
to the
moved where?
ministerial complex. Yeah, fine. I mean, it wasn't that too long ago.
Oh yeah, they moved
Yeah.
now to the ministerial complex. Oh well, okay. But they did not have their own building for maybe what the last 2 years before they moved. So it's going to be difficult for the counties to have buildings. The so even the ones that have building, look right at Tottenham High, it's not even properly cared for. So we can't
I
blame
mean,
them.
yeah,
But the
just
fact
to
that
start
the
off.
fact that accountability has been missing in the school system, it breeds a lot for corruption and bad practices. So if they do an investigation, you probably will find out that the rent was actually paid and somebody decided not to.
Yeah, what's that?
Mm.
One no.
That Channel 30.
Exactly. Shout out to we all different of original, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Charlene, take your camera on now.
You have a bit about the camera off.
Oh, got it.
And
Yeah,
go
man.
into undisclosed location.
Turn it off, Yadi.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at the video. You just hearing Charlene voice. You can't see her
Yeah.
face. But yeah, no, it's just I mean, it's just amazing to me. Of course, you know, when they did the ministerial complex, it housed how many agencies? Maybe about 9 government agencies. So there's so many government agencies out there that's still renting from private owner. And it's just so embarrassing to me. You the core government. So all the people rent, the people come and say, then the teachers, the parents now are threatening, say if their children get out of school, they're going to deal with the school officials.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
Because
They pay their
$22,000.
school
they're
fees,
paying
right?
school fees.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
these schools are very, 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 they are very adamant on giving any kind of flexibility to students when they don't pay their fees or when they pay late. Schools got late fee payment penalty. They got time frame for registration. Considering all the economic hardship, if you don't pay that money, you're not going to school.
Yeah.
And most of those parents, they have to really, really work to make sure that they have money to make even some of the payments. So yeah, they should be angry if they put their kids under the school, even if the school don't have the appropriate foundation that the kids are, supposed to have. If they put it on, the parents should be angry. It is irresponsible on the part of the school and the leaders of the school to make it, considering that the school year is what? It's not even halfway yet. I think they're on third period now.
They're going back to school.
Or they're just going back to school, so they're like on second period because the school year was pushed down.
Yeah.
So school just open. So they still got fresh money for school fees in their commerce. So why have they not paid the people for the use of the building? It's irresponsible, I would say. And we also have political parties in the same situation too. So
You are
I didn't want to say because yeah, but
what you want to say?
I don't want to say nothing. We can't run
Then I see it's irresponsible. Yeah, it is irresponsible to be the former ruling party and to be on the public scene, to be in court because you did not pay your rent. Now they say it's a lie. Like the fact that it even come out to the public is even irresponsible. You're not even supposed to let it go that far, but I guess that's what we own.
I mean, the only thing I can say is I refuse to comment because I am a member of the collaborating political party, the CPP. So
I'm a member of the collaborating Liberians for a better Liberia.
As a member of the CPP, I refuse to comment about my fellow partisans. Oh, you ready,
Charlie?
Now turn camera on and talk.
Charlie?
I hope she ain't in the way yet. Conga time.
Charlie, you talking again?
My internet went off.
Oh. No, but the people said they would pay their rent. The people said
my internet go off.
To tell you the truth, I honestly don't even understand the excuse. I really don't. Whether they will pay, they have paid. But as a CPP member, we will get it together and it will be resolved. So with that said, we are waiting for Miss SWEETZ to join us. I see she's in the comment. Hey, we're waiting on you to come into the room, to come on the stage so we can talk to you, and you have to sing something. So while she's coming on, I want to play a song. I actually had to look up this song. It's so hard to find Liberian music. This Liberian music.
Oh, you are.
Yeah. I love that song.
This one is another artist.
Huh?
This one is another artist's song that she's doing.
Yes. So she performed. We were launching the tourism strategy. We're launching the tourism strategy. So we had yeah, she is. Yeah, we're doing the launch of the tourism strategy. So it was actually a fashion show, that portion of the program, and she was singing that song, Erigy. So Noah, do it. Well, hello, Miss Sweet. There you are. Hello, darling. How are you?
You mute.
There we go. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hey, ladies. I had a whole nother different setup. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, this is actually Facebook Live. I don't put my ring light, put the phone by the ring light. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So yeah, that's what's taking me a minute, but.
How are you? You okay?
I'm good.
All right, so before we get started, Yade will read your profile for those who may be pretending like they don't know who you are.
Okay, welcome to the show, Musulyn Meyer, commonly known as SWEETZ. She's a Liberian singer, rapper, dancer, actress, model, and video director. Musulyn Myers was born in Maryland, USA, and raised in Minnesota, USA, to a Sierra Leonean Liberian father and a Liberian mother. She joined the entertainment industry as a dancer at the tender age of 4. Moved on to stage acting, modeling, and singing at the age of 8. So this not just not business. Since you were 4. She started mentoring and helping youth develop their talents at the age of 13 with an organization she co-founded, Hood Nerves Youth, Inc. in Minnesota, USA. The multi-talented Musulyn Myers came up with her first single, Be My Boo, at the age of 12 after 6 years of vocal training. Cute. She started playing live instruments such as violin and piano at the age of 10. Musulyn Myers has teamed up with some of the most successful and famous artists in our industry, with the likes of Africa's one-time best rapper, Scientific and hip-hop pioneer Lucky Bucket on the track Best in the West. She also worked with Blue Link superstar Cypher the King and the President's Boy, Sunday God Dear Boy, and the remix of the dancehall track Koyu, made famous by Jamaican artist Egyptian. She also has she has also been featured on the Save the Liberia Ebola Awareness Project and the LATA's The Hope Song Ebola Survivors Project. Musulyn has become a household name since 2009 after making it to the semifinal of the most attended Star is Born competition. She later signed with the Blue Links Records in 2010. She also participated in 2012 MTN Project Fame West Africa hosted in Nigeria. She made it to the 5th place, thereby giving her international recognition. Congrats. Musulyn has several accomplishments in the industry, including performing amongst the likes of Jay Martins and R2Bs at the 2013 Sound City Beach Jam, also interviewing with the President of Liberia, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, on the MTV Base Meets, a TV show produced by MTV-based Africa, is no small accomplishment for a Liberian artist. Musulyn Myers has won several awards, including the Liberian Artist Awards as Best New Artist, the 2014 Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Presidential Recognition Awards, AAW Peace Awards, Best Female Artist. Yeah, Akala's not small to mama. Congrats. She was also nominated for the 2015 Liberia Music Awards Video Director of the Year Award. She has also been highly instrumental in the artistic development of Liberia's youngest hip-hop rapper, Siggy Ray, the hip-hop dream, Black Enso Entertainment's upcoming artist, and molding her own musicians, artists, and dancers from her company and organization, Pretty Juice Entertainment Group. But we need to be part of Pretty Juice Entertainment Group. I just want to. But they will be the big Juice there, bigger.
No problem. Everybody beat you now.
The bigger Jew there.
The bigger Juice there, Una. The artist song won the #1 spot of the second edition of HitsLIB.com 10 Top and has won it again. This is the second time the song is hitting the #1 spot on Hits LIB Top 10. Congratulations, Musulyn Myers, known by your station SWEETZ for taking the #1 spot on our top 10 chart with the song Like Your Business. Yeah, we got me what? Let me read. The #1 song for this week is Like Your Business by the legendary SWEETZ. She appeared in the movie Providence. Congratulations, Mama. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But I gotta first to pick with SWEETZ before we start this thing.
Yeah,
Now you
Lord.
stand
Yeah, Lord.
I can have my own feelings.
I know you.
SWEETZ was supposed to show me how to sing and she refused.
Look at you.
Yeah, because
Got a
of her,
whole
I'm
thing,
not a star.
whole legendary singer on it.
Because of her, I'm not a star. I say I still got a problem. She don't want to teach me after all the plenty teachings she's been through. Yeah, she didn't share that experience.
How I will teach you when you are the teacher. How I will
Yeah,
teach
maybe
you.
you can't face me.
No problem. I'll be waiting that
Don't
invite.
go visit her until she sing one song for us here.
I know, right?
But you hear my voice, I'm still host. I can't
Yeah,
sing.
okay, no problem. Next week you will sing.
The SWEETZ will teach me first. So.
No, you must sing the song first.
But you gotta put a Cash App link there if you want me to sing.
I know, eh?
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah, my singing is expensive. The only place I don't pay to hear me sing is the shower.
We'll raise that money, we'll raise it.
No, I be enjoying the vocals on Snapchat. Don't worry.
The only place the business can go.
Oh, you can sing on Snapchat?
Oh yeah, so
Okay, I come be active on it now.
you're not seeing ma. I will black you.
Look at I got different need on those things.
Be confessing you. We hearing you.
I got different need. Oh, Mama, it's so nice to have you on. Haven't talked to you in a very long time.
I know. It's so nice to see all of you. It's been too long.
Man, so what have you been up to?
Well, I've been up to adulting. Let me just put it like that. That's the best way to put it. I've been up to adulting. You know, when you leave Liberia, you go anywhere else, you butt up with, I don't want to call it challenges because I feel like every single one of us go through it, but there's just some growing up that you go through. So that's basically what I've been busy doing, as well as still trying to keep the dream of music and entertainment together, you know, alive.
Now, I mean, as she's reading your bio and I'm listening, I'm like, wow, you know, you've been doing this for a long time. What made you, you know, you're talking about like you 6 years old, 12-year-old, while we were there playing with the Barbie. What made you decide to go into music? That you know, at such a young age, you actually writing and singing your own songs.
Yeah, I would want to start with like my mom. I just want to thank her for not being one of those African parents, because we know that African parents now push school down your throat. I mean, yeah, she used to talk about school and stuff like that and whatnot, but it was more so of her being supportive and telling me anything you want to do, I will support you. So Well, she saw me at 4 years old struggling to sing because I couldn't sing, to tell you the truth. Um, I think she just saw how consistent I was with it, that she just kind of got annoyed one day and said, let me sign this girl up for dance classes. Let me sign this girl up for music classes. And yeah, I would just say the consistency of having to go to all of those classes and having to go for training, it just kind of like set out that path for me. And I just decided to kind of stick to it. I had the option of doing sports or performing arts, and I just decided to stick to performing arts because I have more passion for that than sports. So,
Oh, well, thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you too.
Well, ladies.
That's really nice. I mean, considering that the Liberian music industry has not been anybody's dream, it has not lived up to that standard. I know you have struggled with trying to get the visibility and the support and the events that will get you there. How have you been managing, you know, considering your time in Liberia and then going back to America to basically balance? How have you been managing mentally?
Mentally, to be honest, it's been a struggle. Like, I'm not going to lie, because while dealing with the Liberian music industry or just the Liberian entertainment industry as a whole not being structured, and then coming out here and going through my own personal issues, like with my family, and also building my life as an independent adult, it's definitely been a lot to juggle. And at the same time, of course, like I when I speak, people feel like I hate the Liberian community. It's not that. It's just like majority of Liberians within the community don't support at all. And it's not even the type of, okay, I'm going to shut up about it. It's more of like the trolling online and the embarrassment in the public and all of that. So dealing with that, it hasn't necessarily been easy, but the way that I've decided to cope with it is just take it as growing pains, and it's just kind of like made me stronger and kind of figure out the path that I want to take next when it comes to my music. Because I mean, before I left Liberia, I did have a talk with because I have a lot of mentors. So I did have a talk with one of my mentors, and I was kind of scared to leave Liberia, and she was just like, well, you've done a lot in Liberia, you've conquered it all, go somewhere else and try to see what you can do for yourself. So that struggle, it's definitely been a struggle. And I feel like just not having the support of our community, like within the diaspora, is a huge inconvenience for artists that do become so big in Liberia and then step out of Liberia. It's like there's no connection towards it. So it's like basically starting all over again. Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been able to meet up with some Liberian artists that are doing well?
That's the
Is
thing.
there any roadmap, or has there been any kind of development of some trail that can help?
So there is no roadmap, to be honest, because like America is a very big place. And it's 51 states or something like that. I don't know, 51 or 52. I don't even know. But we like 51 or 52 states. And then when you divide those states among different Liberian communities, and then the fact that the Liberian communities are also like divided with their own community issues and community problems, there's no focus that's actually like on entertainment. And I think it just comes from the simple fact that people kind of look down on entertainers that actually live in America. And part of that has to do with the simple fact that they have a lot of access to them, in a sense, like this is usually maybe their family member or somebody baby ma, somebody baby pa, some kind of thing. So the community drama, it kind of mixes up and it clouds like the professionalism when it comes to the music industry, like the Liberian music industry. So therefore, there's not really a roadmap being a Liberian artist. Now, there is a roadmap being the artist in your particular genre. And that's what I've been taking my time out to kind of study, because there's so much negativity that goes on in our community. it's kind of an embarrassment. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's more so of an embarrassment to associate yourself as a Liberian artist, or even with Liberia. So now it's a situation, if you want to connect and network with people, you can no longer tell them, oh, I'm a Liberian artist. You have to tell them, oh, I am an R&B artist, or I am an Afrobeat artist, or I'm just point blank period, an African artist, before you can make your way to do anything.
That's really, really deep.
Yep.
Oh, well, thank God I can't be here, yeah.
But
No, at a certain point, I actually wanted to be an artist. I did do an album in studio. Oh, yeah, but no money inside, so.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like no money being inside as well, I just feel, like I said, it kind of just comes right back to our community. It's a toxic cycle. I feel like everybody who has these titles of DJs, promoters, this and that, and blah, 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 we're like, we are so comfortable in our setting and in our community. Like, everybody just wants to do things within the community. They don't want to branch out and try to work with other nationalities. And that's the only way this thing is going to like grow. I had the opportunity between 2020 and this year to meet like a younger crowd of Africans. So these are people who are maybe like between the ages of 20, 23, 24, that college crowd. And to be honest, they are the ones that are actually really doing something like in the state of Minnesota. And when they do it, it's not a, oh, this is a Nigerian thing, so yeah, we're just gonna, it's not that. They kind of like mix cultures together and just make it an African thing. But the artists who y'all know, you know, that are like famous in Minnesota, are famous in just America as a whole, they're no way attached to this scene. So that goes to show you how we're just so comfortable within our community. We don't want to branch out to actually do what we're supposed to do, because everybody want to play a celebrity.
Well, that's deep. You know, I have a
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's your industry. I mean, you know, this is your area. You know it. We're the spectators who are always, you know, of course, my question is always like, oh my God, you know, when I came back, I grew up in Maryland, the DC area. And growing up here, even though I had a lot of friends from other African countries, I would hear the Caribbean music on the radio. I never heard African music on the radio. I mean, like never. We had African here. We usually had African Day, all kind of African, blah, blah, blah. But I never heard it on mainstream radio station. I come back a couple of years ago. I came to visit. And they're singing, what is song name? Johnny, and my daughter is singing the song. So I asked her, I said, where you know this song from? Because I know, I didn't play it for you. Well, you know, it's on the radio. And then I started hearing African songs on the radio. But of course, it wasn't my country. It wasn't from my country. It was from Nigeria, mostly. To tell you the truth, I can't tell the difference between the Ghanaians and Nigerian music. I'm sorry. But it was Nigeria. It was mainly Nigerian music. It was Wizkid. And I mean, I got so excited. The fact that it was just African music on the radio, I got so excited. I was like, oh my God, you would have thought that I knew Wizkid from somewhere. Yeah, I got excited. But I can certainly understand what you're saying at the fact that we're not trying to branch out and work with other people, seeing that we from a society that's very small. We are a very small country. Even though we got plenty of money, we let it add we're bigger than life. We are really a very small country. Our community is just very small. So you would think we would want to work together. You would think we'll want to maybe branch out to some of our African brothers who have mastered the art of bringing their culture over. And you're right, you know, and that younger crowd, that 23, what is it, the second or third generation Africans here who were born here, but they have African culture. They want other people to experience it. We have to tap into it because we're so talented. I heard your voice. I mean, I'm being honest. I remember you sang that song before the actual performance, and I heard your voice. The fact that I like the song, that E14, no, I let it on, but you sing without the beat and it was, and I was just like, oh my God, listen to this girl's voice. But in the back of my head, I'm like, damn it, she in Liberia. You know, are we are we truly going to appreciate this girl's voice? You know, so yeah, sorry for Liberia, man. But you know,
No, right?
it's sad now. I now find out Claudia can sing.
Right.
You on
We
mute.
ain't, you're on mute.
Now I'm mute.
I can sing. Oh.
You can sing, and I hear you.
I told you, SWEETZ should
I
have
pressed
taught me how to sing a shoe. So I will leave that. I left that profession now.
But I mean, with all the thing we're talking, what
Mhm.
can we do? What can we do with people who are very talented,
Talent. Yeah.
wants to showcase their Liberianism? What
Mhm.
can we do? Or are we just not the entertainment industry people? That we just need to find another sector to promote and just get it one year to the Nigerians
I
and the
think
Ghanaians.
with us, you know, when I was in JJ Roberts just after the war, this is from 1992. After 1992, we had a lot of extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
I did music. I used to love the band playing drums. I did music a little bit. We had it, so it was a part of the curriculum in school. You could do music, you could do painting, you could do dancing, you could do ballet, you could do karate. I did karate, I did drums for a little bit. And now it is different. And even after the April 6th, after the crisis, we still then had what they called that at that time high school Olympics. We used to have Olympics where you would go and showcase. There were different things, dancing competition, singing competition. So those parts of you were shown on a larger stage because you had different high schools at those Olympics, and then people will spot you out. During the time of Charleston, they will probably take you to go and sing the national anthem or, to go and sing song for some national program or so. But we do not have the platform in country to nurture skills from a little age. So when you finally realize that this is something that you want to do professionally, it's almost too late for you to find a grouping that will want to groom you and present you, because with music, it's kind of age sensitive in a way. You need to be in a certain age range for you to find the right promoters, the right producers, to be able to be sellable. You have to be in a certain age range. And that age range in Liberia is non-existent because we don't appreciate the arts. So it's difficult for people that want to sing. You probably enter in a choir somewhere like me and give praises to God. Yeah. I'm really glad that this boy, they used to do the Star is Born with Unbill. Star of the Future or Star is Born. I don't know.
Star is Born, yeah.
Star is Born with Unbill. And this boy, what's his name? Alex.
Nicholas?
Alex Define.
Yes. Alex has started doing something similar with music and poetry, which is really good to create that platform. It's the kind of platforms that, international producers or music managers will look at and spot these people to be like, look, we can sign you out, we can help you, this is what you need to do. But we do not have that. And the sad thing is, the ones that are helping the artists in Liberia now, they are so bad. They're so bad to the point where, look, during the 26th, I helped organize the 26th program here for the Liberian community. And I really went and I'm like, okay, we don't have money to give the artists, but what we can do to help them is to create a platform for them. So if we can get them over, it will be a platform for them. And I'm calling these managers to arrange for these artists, and they are telling me, oh, I will call it back in 3 days. They base it on, I should call them back later.
Unprofessional.
And they will talk to me. And I'm just there looking, knowing my Nigerian friends that are doing music. Some of them are like in the top 10 in Nigeria now. I know these artists, and these managers were practically begging people to have these artists on. I'm calling you and I want to give someone you are managing a job, and you're telling me to call you back. You know, they do it like they are doing a favor for these people. I'm also angry. I actually had to call these artists, about 6 of them. I had to call them and tell them, like, look, if this is your career, you need to find a manager who will be hungry enough to, you know, succumb, to be humble enough to listen to people and get you booked. If you're waiting for managers that feel that they are doing you a favor, you're not going to go anywhere. And that's just the case with our industry. It's just that bad.
Yeah. To piggyback off of what she's saying, the industry definitely, especially like we're in Liberia, it has so many, so many issues, especially like when it comes to just I think it's just the whole entire mindset, and like being able to return to the US in 2017 and still be here now. I've kind of learned that there's just a newer way of just addressing the whole artist, manager, DJ, promoter, team thing, because a lot of the artists that you see like just popping up out of nowhere, they're actually independent artists. They're not even really dealing with like managers like that. And honestly, to tell you the truth, like doing music in Liberia for so long, especially the way in which like business is conducted, when I came out here to be able to network for myself gave me a hard time. It gave me a very, very hard time, because I'm so used to, especially being a female, I'm so used to having some kind of male manager or some kind of male figure there conducting business for me that I don't even know how to talk for myself. So it was a situation where I did, like I said, had to attach myself to this college group of kids of different nationalities to pick up on how they conduct business, because they're really out here getting to the bag. Like they're really out here doing it. And I think for them, yes, they want to be popular, but it's popularity, but they're also trying to make money out of it and make sure that business is actually in the forefront. It's not about too much popularity, not about too much looks. It's not about none of that. Like they're not clout chasing. They're actually trying to do business and conduct business the right way. Yeah. And a lot of them are not only artists, a lot of them are promoters themselves. A lot of them have the different little side businesses, the little side hustles. Like nowadays with music, you can't just depend on music. You can't just depend on your image. Oh, I got a name, so yeah, that's it. Because if you're not getting paid, I mean, at the end of the day, there's no elevation. You come down, I don't care. There's no elevation. So what she's saying is very true. And then when she said something about, you know, like when she was in school, there were like a lot of programs and things like that and whatnot. I remember when I was in Liberia, probably between 2014 to 2017, I actually used to go back to my high school SPS, and I used to teach classes on music and teach classes on dance. I used to go to Firestone. I used to do all of that stuff. It's just that I'm one person, you know, I can't do it by myself. It needs to be something that is actually like enforced in all the schools where it's in the curriculum. Because at the end of the day, you can't just focus on and book, A and B and C and not have extracurricular activities. It helps to develop the minds of kids.
Yeah, but not everybody is academically inclined, you know.
Exactly.
There are people. That's why when Don Bosco Polytechnic, not Polytechnic, when Don Bosco Technical High School opened, a lot of parents had their kids there until they were so crowded, they had to, you know, reshuffle the way they were doing the admissions. Because at that time, you go to your academic until 2 o'clock. But from 3 to 5, you do technical training. So they were learning a lot of different things. They were doing masonry. They were doing, you know, architecture. They were doing electricity, a lot of different things. And that's why people were interested in. So students that were not academically inclined, but they were more artistic, they had something else to do. which is something that is really lacking in Liberia. So you force the person to just end up in a profession that they really don't love because we have not had the opportunity of improving the other sectors.
Right, right.
So I
Makes
guess what I'm
sense.
hearing is that one, we're not nurturing our young children who may be interested in the arts per se. And then two, the ones who have been nurtured or maybe doing it out of passion, we don't see it as a business. There are a lot of things we don't see as business in Liberia, which is very, I don't know what is it about business that we can just look down
Okay.
on it. Yeah. So yeah, that could also be a major problem. So, but like I said, how do you fix it? Do you just kind of write off Liberia as an entertainment place
I
and
think we need to just start having
like
more
you look at you
friends.
say, you know
Yeah.
what? If I'm gonna make it as a singer,
Yeah.
no, I can't make it in Maryland as a singer. I gotta go to Hollywood or New York. Maybe I need to get out of Liberia and go to Nigeria or somewhere else to make it.
Okay, I can answer that. Most advice that I give to artists, whether it's artists that been in it for a long haul, such as myself, or artists that are just starting, is that I get that we are trying to cultivate our culture. We've been trying to do that for years. But for me, I just think that we've been finding so hard to work together, oh, unity, oh, this, oh, that at the end of the day, like, we've wasted so many years focusing on that I think that every Liberian artist needs to focus on themselves and being true to who they are as an artist. And just like I said, title themselves as an African artist and try to market and brand themselves in that way. Because the path has kind of already been opened by the Nigerian, the Ghanaian, the Cameroonian, the Kenyan, the South African. When you go on Apple Music, you go on Spotify, there's a whole category that says African. You click on it, it divides by genre: African R&B, African hip hop, African this, African that. We're no longer at a point where we need to do quote unquote Liberian music. We're no longer at a point where we need to do quote unquote African music. I feel like what helped that market open up was the internet. And a lot of the artists that actually started popping over the course of the last 3 or 4 years are artists that are not even based in Africa. It's artists that are based in the UK. It's artists that's based in America. And they're just using the internet to network and create opportunities for themselves. And that's the trend that I feel like all of us as Liberian artists or Liberian entertainers or whatsoever need to do. As well as we do have people, who have had that music dream or have had some ties to entertainment in some type of way, that still want to be a part of it, but feel like, okay, maybe it's past my time. There are like vacancies to like work for Spotify or work for Apple Music. There is no Liberian representation in any of those companies. The reason why, like, the Nigerians and the Kenyans and the Cameroonians, they have playlists set out like for themselves, like South African playlist, South African Kweto, South African Amapiano. When you go on Apple Music, you'll see it. It's because they have a representation of themselves right within their corporate world. If we could get Liberian people who are interested in music to go to school and actually get degrees in these things and go and apply to work at these companies, that's a way to open up the door. But for now, we can't, because we're a small country. We can't afford to be fighting over, oh, this person must sing hip hop, oh, that Afrobeat music, he's sounding like Nigerian. Like it's too much. Like it's a lot. It really is a lot. Like, I just think everybody needs to focus on themselves and improving themselves and finding out what they can do as far as contribute to music, and do that and keep the Liberian flag flying high behind them and call it a day. I feel like we'll have more productivity like that versus trying to, oh, we need to unite, because it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true. We need to have an identity and be proud of it. Charlene not saying anything again.
I'm finished with Charlene. Yeah, there's just a thing on. So as we wrap it up, you have a new song out called Candy.
I do.
Yeah. So I've been trying to find it because I've been finding, all your other songs. I'm listening to it. So I went on the Instagram trying to find it. Just to get a little snippet. You got it on? You can play it for the year.
I mean, you can find it's on YouTube. All you gotta do is just put my name and put Candy next to it. You'll find it. Because I have no way to play it right now.
Okay, so hi, SWEETZ. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. No, I had a little issue, so I had to get off for a second. But I've been listening to you and just, hearing your challenges that you've been going through as a Liberian artist, as an artist in general. So hats off to you for your consistency and your perseverance. It's always so good to see a young lady just doing her thing. Every time I see your stuff on Instagram, I'm always like, good job, always cheering for you. So it's good to see you and see you doing well. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more from you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh,
It's hard to be a lone unicorn. It's hard to be a lone unicorn, but I would say don't let it discourage. Yeah, how do I brand myself? Am I an African artist that happens to be Liberian? Which path do I take? And it's always a good thing for me is refreshing working with the younger people, right? Because it gives you a new perspective. It gives you hope for what this next generation is going to look like. And I think just hold on to that and let that be your fuel for your solutions.
All right.
Because who knows? Like you said, I'm sure that frustration that you're speaking on, it's not by yourself. I'm sure there's probably a lot of people who also can echo that, those sentiments and say how frustrated they feel. So keep on doing what you're doing. Remain solution focused. Even if you have to be a lone unicorn, remain solution focused. Who knows? You can create a whole foundation and people. That's what I'm like. What people are about. They want to see you in action. Before they all jump on. It's not like they don't have these concerns, but nobody wants to be the one to take that step, right?
Yeah.
So keep on doing what you're doing. Don't let it defeat you. Don't let it deflate you. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Everything else will come accordingly. But I know it's frustrating. And thanks for being bold enough to vent those frustrations and be honest about it and not sugarcoat it and make it seem like it's so easy. The song, you don't know the real story that's behind it. Yo, show up, buy some tickets, come out to when you're here. We at different events. So yeah.
Right.
So before we even we'll wrap it up when we get to the end, because we want to talk about breaking up. Another disclaimer. Yes, it's not personal. Yeah, we just want to talk about it. But before when we're done, I'll go ahead and play the song. And we will go ahead and put your IG handle up so people can follow you to know what's your next move and to listen to that beautiful voice. But thank you so much, like Yada said, for being honest. Yes, keep at it, Mama. It's gonna be good.
Amen.
It may not be good in Liberia, but it's good. And you got people who believe in you, who support you. So you're gonna be good too. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now, as we move into our self-care, the last Sunday of every month, we want the first Sunday. Jesus Christ.
Why are you rushing the money? You like Christmas?
I know, right?
I know. Yes, ready to be over with. So the first Sunday of the month, we're going to focus on self-care, especially for us women. And, I'm always looking for topics because somebody on here was supposed to come up with a very a topic, but they didn't. I will not call Claudia name. So
that's it. My topic's too vulgar. So
yeah, but you suggested Charlene and Rubina, yes, so we can play.
Y'all will talk about it. Yeah, y'all will be beating around the bush. I ain't have to be around the bush. You want to talk about it?
Rubina and I right now. So next time, so put it there, we'll talk it.
Yeah, you gotta go all in.
So I came up with a topic. I tend to read a lot. I read Cosmo a lot. One of my favorite magazines. So I read Cosmopolitan a lot. Forgive me. But there was this article about people who just refuse to break up. So you in this relationship, maybe, you know, you're not happy. The other person may be happy, you know, 'cause it happens. You got two people in the relationship and one person not happy, but the other person just lady-gagging. You try to break up and the other person don't want to take it. You know, it's not healthy for your mental state. You got some people who choose to stay simply because they don't want to hurt the person's feelings, so they just end up staying and being so miserable. You got some who are bold enough to say, you know, I'm out of here. Yeah. And then since the other person don't want to let go, it turns into maybe a very sticky situation where they're following you and they're stalking you, and you got to be blocking them from Facebook. Not saying
Pony away all over the place. Just pony away.
that's it.
They just pony away. They get back.
Yeah. If you are one of these three persons, what do you do? Besides calling the police?
Well, go ahead.
Now who that Charlene Whoopi? That boy camera on me.
That is none of the
No, but seriously, what do you do? I'm asking this question because the three scenarios that I give, I know people that this has happened to. The one who decide they're gonna stay there and be unhappy. The one who decide that they're gonna roll the heck out. And the person is just they decide they're not breaking up with him. So they're just following them, and like I said, they all what it please spoiling your way.
And they got some of them to be tracking your phone.
Wait,
and
now,
tracking
wait,
where
wait,
you
wait, wait,
go,
wait.
and who
Wait,
you
wait,
talk
one
to.
second.
Just popping
If-
up at no scene.
Random places.
Yeah,
bugaboos.
random places and trying to speak to everybody else there so they know you there. You know, spotting your way, just spotting your way, you know.
What
You know, you have to be able to you have to also be very, very clear, you know, and firm and direct. You know, I think sometimes, like, although you're jokingly saying like it, for especially in what's community, people are not very direct. They beat around a lot around the bush and give a lot of mixed messages, right? So you have to be firm and you have to be direct. If I don't want this, I have to be able to say, you know what, this isn't working. Even if the person is emotionally unstable, maybe, or you're scared about maybe your well-being or their well-being, you still have to find a way in which you're firm and direct and able to cut those ties. Because if you're very ambivalent, like, I don't really know, you're not making a decision. You know, you're saying that you want to end this, you want to end the ties, but you're still taking the gifts, you taking, you know, the dinner dates, you taking the trips, the makeup trips, you're sending mixed signals here. So you have to be able to be, you know, firm. How do I end the ties, you know?
That's the only way to break up, is to tell them, like, you know, this is it, as opposed to, you know, let's take a break. Taking a break is saying, okay, maybe in the future, things will work out. So if the other person who's not ready to break up is still hopeful, that word or those words, let's take a break, gives them hope that maybe at some point we could come back. So like you said, if people are honest and like upfront and, you know, just say what they gotta say, listen, I'm just not that into you. And that be the end of the story.
Yeah. With the Liberian society,
actually
that does not happen.
What's it?
What do you think, like?
It does not happen in the Liberian society.
Well, then that's why Liberian men or Liberian women
the
will have
final
to torment them for years.
You and the person will just quarrel and they will stop speaking to each other. Yeah. So in your heart now, you and the person, you're in lovey again. In the person heart now, you're still lovey. So,
but then it goes back to what Yade said.
Exactly, but that's most of the time, that's what happens.
Together, then be able to say it to your partner, this ain't working, and let's go our separate ways.
Right.
Of course. Okay. So that's for the women who are strong enough to say, you know what, look, back up. Yeah, I don't want you. I'm moving on. Like, for the women who are stuck, because and it may be even in a marriage where you feel like, you know, the same family that, you know, we're always saying maybe get somebody to stand behind you so you can tell the man you won't go. That the same family that be saying, my girl, yeah, let's have family meeting. You know what? Just stay there. Yeah, wherever you going, they're cheering for a long time.
People say,
you know, how do a woman like that get out of that relationship? Because right then and there, regardless of the person being physical or emotional.
Yeah, but
she's talking about my internet.
The fact that people always
Don't turn your
base
camera
their
off, man.
relationship
We
on what
won't hear
other
you, please.
people perceive, what other people would do, what other people will
Are you
say.
guys?
It makes it difficult. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You froze on though.
Hello?
Yeah, I can't.
Y'all can hear me?
Oh, it's my internet.
Makes it difficult. So a person will be going through their own ups and downs.
You said, like you have to base your relationship on you. You can't base it on what other people are doing, what they're thinking, how they've done it before. It has to be on you. So if you feel like it's gonna be great, then it's gonna be great. If you feel like doomsday, then it's doomsday. But it has to be totally according to you and the way you choose your relationship.
Which is difficult. Having that you at the center of your decision is where the issue is.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's where the issue is. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't have that confidence.
Yeah.
A lot of people have grown so dependent. A lot of people are mentally stuck on the fact that they are nothing without the other person.
Yep.
So in as much as they may not be happy, they want to leave, they will not leave. So they feel vulnerable. So even if they go and they find a new relationship or they find someone they are talking to and the person is being all nice to them, the moment that stick a plaque, the whole everything was spoiled. They start again as square one. They're going back into that relationship because they are not able to say no. Let's stop here. Let's go our separate ways.
Yeah.
So it's way deeper
Yes.
than just having that talk. Is a lot to do with, you know, their mental state and what they think of themselves.
Yeah, like for me personally, I don't have patience to be doing a back and forth thing. I feel like I did it a lot, and I learned that usually when you do the back and forth thing, it's almost like God trying to take that person out of your life. You just keep on bringing that person back, and every single time you bring that person back, they end up hurting you more than actually helping you. So for me, it's like I'm just kind of a person. Maybe I'll let the first one slide, but you do it a second time, it means you're deliberately trying to do whatever that pissed me off or whatever got to me. That means I don't need you in my life and I end up cutting you out. That's just
but the person will still be chasing you. Like they have some people that are really focused. They will be at your house. They will be at your job. They will be calling your friends. They will be at places where they know you go. So, like they will just pop out all the time. You'll be seeing them.
But you know, when does it begin?
They will be bribing your friends and all.
Look,
especially if you got money, yeah. They'll be bribing your friends and all. If they have money, they'll be doing all that.
All right, let me talk for the men now. So maybe the man is just persistent.
Persistent for what?
For you, yeah.
For relationship is two ways.
No, you should have prepared it first time.
It's two ways. Sometimes it's not just being persistent, it's torturing the person.
Right.
It's torturing the person, especially if you have broken or depending on the reasons that you guys decide to break up. Maybe they are just mentally abusing you.
Yes, they're just very sick.
I know some people, maybe the person has been telling you, oh, you're not good. You're not good. You're good for nothing. You will not be anything without me. You've heard all those things over and over and over. And you try to break it up with a person, but wherever you try to go, this person is there. You get new job, they come close by. You move in your community, they find friend in that community. You move your, you move your clique, your girl group, they find somebody there that they know. And those kind of people always have information on you. They have so much information on you that it breaks you down so bad that you don't even know how to deal. And the only way you can get out of that situation is except you have built your mental, your mental strength to know that you are worth more, you deserve more, you want better, and you have to leave. But that is not something that we have in our society. So it's difficult.
A lot of our girls are not raised with
that particular relationship is not working, but every 3-4 months you see these people and they hang all back and forth because someone is weak.
Claudia, you sound like you're speaking from an informed position.
No. I'm not. Nobody trying to share to me. You know that.
I said, Claudia, before she asks you a question, let her turn her video on.
No, the thing is, I have seen. You know, I told you I did that. I did community service with social work. So I have seen a lot, and with the church, I have seen a lot of people going through counseling, but it is the same circle.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, even now with me and my daughter, I was just, visiting on Facebook the other day. We went somewhere and the lady was like, "Oh, she's so cute." And Taka was like, "Yeah." And she moved on. And then she pulled me back. She was like, "Oh, I told your daughter she's beautiful." And she just said, "Yeah, why don't you tell her to say thank you?" I said, "No, I will not tell her to say thank you." She said, "Yes, because she knows she's beautiful. What else would you want her to say?" You have to build people confidence because nowadays our society, depending on what part of the world you in, depending on your friend group, depending on what school you went to, if you went through bullying and all that, there's so many messed up things that have happened already. So if you don't have the right friend group and you broke up with someone, the person is pestering you and they just continuously chasing you, and you don't have that strength to say to yourself, "Oh, I need to move," or "I need to have this frank conversation, and I need to let the person know that my stop means stop." They will continuously do it. And you will just basically get crazy.
And then, you just also have to be of the mindset is, what is it that you really want? Ask yourself that question, what is it that you really want? Because if you sit there and your bestie tell you one thing, the old man tell you another thing, he can't baking say another thing, everybody's saying things, and then you all conflicted. That means you're not resolute in your decision. Exactly. What is it that I really want? Maybe you may not be ready to break up. Maybe you may not be ready to separate. And that's why you give the mixed messages. You do the ghosting thing, right? I'm gonna just ghost him. I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't be direct. I'll just block him. He will call, you'll get a message. You'll get tired, or we do that thing because we do a lot in our community. You go on social media and you start chunking hints, and you start putting all your go about leave my uwe girl. They're like, real got tired with all, they start putting all your different hints. You choke you on there, expecting this person to catch the message. I don't get it because he didn't say anything to me, so this message is not from me, right? Or trying to get somebody else to do it, Or also don't self-assassinate yourself. And the thing I'm calling self-assassination, you start to act so badly and uncharacteristically for that person to become disinterested in you. I'll start acting rude. I'll start acting like I'm not interested. He said, "You get tired, he'll move from behind me."
It's somebody had a dial.
I usually say what I gotta say before I start acting out will, because I gotta tell you first. Then when you still press me, then now you get the bad side of me, because at that point we're not friends. Leave me alone. Bye.
People had to die.
But it depends.
No, I know what you're talking about.
You being with somebody for a long time, you will know what language they understand.
Yeah.
There are some people that you tell and say, "Look, this is not working. We need to move on."
Yeah.
And I'll move on. They'll be like, "All right," they will call you 1 or 2 times. They'll be like, "Are you sure we can make it work?" You said no. They're all right. Some people got that. If you call my phone again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. Like,
We got it as no language like the love language.
Okay.
You gotta know which language they understand. That's the only way you will be able to, settle yourself. If the person understand the series and all the little
right.
recent talk, and they want you to go Gibraltar for them, then you go and balance.
But there's men that actually like they like that thing. Like they like
Yes,
when you
what
get
they
like that, and then they will be
yes.
behind you more.
Yes. Say, oh, they get I love.
Yeah.
I love this.
that?
What you say, ma? Yeah, I'm a F off. Yeah, I let it get.
Yeah, some people like the drama. Like they will do anything. Like they will meet you in popular places so that you will have that drama. But yeah, as the prof said, there's that her era. You have to know what you want.
Yeah.
So like even if I have friends and they go with you break up or they're having their own problems, I ask them what do you want? Because if you don't know what you want, even if I got something good to say to you, it will be useless. I will be wasting my time. So yeah.
What a tough situation. Anyway, as we're about to wrap up. So before we let you go, SWEETZ, we have 5 questions that we want to ask you. We call it 5 in 60 seconds. Okay. So whatever comes to your head, I told you I am a Cosmo girl. I love Cosmo. Oh, wow. Love it.
Jesus is Lord. Okay.
Is that where you get all your Will and Jada info from?
No, girl, let me tell you why I can't cheat away. Girl,
You love that? Oh,
you know what the latest with Will, what he said now?
You girl, leave people
Oh,
be.
I saw a post, but I didn't read anything.
Well, Will and Jada is either between Oprah.com,
Mhm.
Essence, or the Shade Room.
The shade room.
Between
This
the
shade room
and
is
Mike
drop
and Mike
off
Epps.
hour.
Mike Epps.
Mike Epps.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll follow him. Yeah. So between them, yeah, I get the G's. But now Will is saying, I can't wait to see the interview. Will said it's not his job to please his wife. I'm like, Lord Jesus,
Yes.
we're gonna open the bedroom
Wow.
doors again.
Wow.
It was Willa.
Who knows,
Yeah.
man? By the interview, the man. Let me tell you, Will.
I mean,
is,
yeah, that's a vague
he
answer.
he
because
Statement,
wants to
yeah.
sell his book, and there's a movie that's coming out. Will
Mm.
Smith movie, if you realize they used to come out around a very popular holiday. It was very strategic, yeah. It looked like everybody else not get hip to the game. That number one, people not going to the movie theater anymore.
Yeah.
So now they now open their room door and they decided to invite us into their room because it's Tuesday. Nevertheless, I am there with the popcorn.
Their room getting a little bit too much for some now. We tired.
Yeah, seriously. It's so embarrassing.
Y'all leave Will and Jada in August, man. In August. Because somebody else gonna come out and say he and she had a relationship, right? Somebody is coming out.
Of course.
Somebody come in.
But they're swingers, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The portion of the interview that he talks about this, because Oprah be acting like she don't know. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean you had an open relationship? Oprah, what do you mean? What you've interviewed over 10,000 people. You used to have a Jerry Springer show. You don't know what it means when the man said, yeah, we had an open marriage.
Mm.
So Will said, well, it wasn't planned, it just sort of happened.
They're free thinkers.
Right.
That free thinker, they just let drama.
Yeah, you know.
I love what Charlene said. Charlene said he went and picked up the woman.
I beg you.
Well, that girl from B More now.
The girl from Baltimore.
Oh, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, that girl from Baltimore.
more
That girl
careful,
dated
honey.
Tupac. So she gets that.
I think I got risk.
Right.
Cheetah. But anyway, so we're gonna go with the 5 questions. I will start with the first. Everybody have their questions?
Yes.
Okay. So
Everybody get a question.
In case I want to ask question when I'm on the list.
let's finish with him one first. He's gonna teach you on. Yeah. All right. So the 60 seconds starts now. Oh, wait, no, it started.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, 60 seconds, guys. Ooh, now, so what's your favorite guilty pleasure?
Can it be a food?
Yeah.
Hot tamales. And I don't like candy, but hot tamales. Yes.
What do you call tamales again?
But the
That's
mic-
it.
It's like a cinnamon. It's like a cinnamon candy. It got like heat to it, but at the same time, it's kind of sweet. I don't know how to describe it. Matter of fact,
But it's,
no, it is
it's,
somewhere.
it's Mike and Mike's, right?
Yeah, but it's cinnamony.
No,
They're
we're
red.
not. Y'all like bring people. Why I let us sport it in there? Why we can't talk about this thing after the question? We
Oh,
said-
sorry.
You're gonna have
Sorry,
to
sorry.
go
Okay.
10 seconds already gone.
Or opinion on
Shalia, una question.
Okay, so what do you consider yourself, naughty or nice?
Can I say a little bit of both?
Sure, give us an example.
I feel like the outside of me, I come off nice, but there's naughtiness on the inside.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Like the tamales, eh? What do you
Oh,
need?
Jesus.
The hot tamale.
That one too. Yeah.
Oh, God.
What do you feel sexy as wearing?
Honestly, I like the one piece bodysuits, you know, like the little one piece lingerie bodysuits. It's either lingerie or just
On
regular
the all the
bodysuit.
way up.
Yeah,
She's
that
doing
one.
all this.
that part.
Okay, so what's your favorite part of your body?
My boobs,
Mm.
because they're just there, and they are complimented all the time. So
Yeah, prove that.
yeah, they're there. They're just there.
Chest power. Say it with your chest.
Yeah, well, we'll come back to that. The best love advice you've gotten was?
Don't lose yourself in a relationship. Always remember who you are.
Yeah. 2 minutes. There's 60 seconds. 2 minutes.
So y'all beat you there. Y'all answer that question too. The best love advice you ever got was what?
The best love advice
Got
I've
it.
gotten was from my mom. And it's pretty much the same thing. Love yourself more. Love yourself, and whoever you're with, make sure they love you even more.
Mhm. My mom, again, she said to me, find somebody who loves you more than you love them. So it's pretty much the same thing your mom told you.
Yeah. By the way, you had a question.
I hear you.
The best love advice you've gotten.
But I thought they can ask a question.
But we're asking you now.
The best love advice I got 2003 from my grandma.
What she said?
My grandma said, never make any oath with any man. Don't promise any man
Damn it.
that you
That's true.
that you'll be with them forever.
I swear.
Oh, so when you're doing your vows, what you saying now?
She said I shouldn't make an oath. That was her best advice.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was the best advice. The point it was coming from, I think people were making, they said life and death lies in the tongue.
Mhm.
And people were unconsciously committing themselves to a relationship when they were not married. Maybe like, oh, I love you to the person I'm a sweetheart. Like nothing will come between you. If you leave me, I will not get no more boyfriend again. And you're young, you've not had any experience, you don't know anything about life and all that. So that's where her advice was coming from. And people were even going to the extent of doing blood oath, the African movies were just coming in. And they'll put
Jesus.
that figure and then do it like this and say, I will never leave you, I leave you will die, nothing good and happy behind me, until we took, those kind of things. That's where she was coming from.
Wow.
Hmm.
Got it?
Yeah.
All
Oh, as far as I don't know, they've been my hair has so if I sticky, it's kind of I'll rationalize too much. I'm like, what makes you the expert on this? Let's come back. But no, honestly, I think the best love advice I've gotten is to fall back and let a person show themselves. Okay. Let that person lead by their character, by who they are. Don't try to, I think sometimes we create our own image of what we want someone to be, and we try to find a person and fit them in that little character.
Taking it from the left and dragging it right.
Exactly. Just, fall back and let that person be themselves. Let them show themselves, through seasons. So give it time. Because a leopard just so long before a leopard can show up in spots, right?
So if the person is spawning you with love,
You better know that love that is some kind of sustainable love.
What are that about love?
And not the unreal love where you can feel the impact.
I didn't know we got two love, we got unreal love and about love.
Lord.
Yeah. The unreal love, you can feel the impact.
You can feel the impact.
That's stupid.
But I true. Y'all want to answer the other questions, Miss Charlene, with the camera off?
Sure. What question are we gonna ask?
So your guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure is my reality show, My Real Housewife.
Guilty pleasure for me. I think honestly, it's gummy bears. Like there's plenty of things that I can resist, but if there's a pack of gummy bears around, gummy bears and pistachios, those are my two guilty pleasures. Once there's a pack of pistachios on my table, I eat the entire pack.
Yes.
But you know that, right? You're a witness.
Yes.
You are a witness. And by the way, anybody that's coming from America and coming to Liberia and want to bring me something, you can bring me a pack of California pistachios.
When you going, Matu, so can say so.
She will go to Bummy and go pick pistachios off the tree. Hey, y'all got some of that?
It gets a got guilty pleasure.
We don't grow pistachios here.
Oh, y'all don't?
No.
Oh.
Cashews.
Oh.
Grease up.
Cusha nut.
Cusha nut.
How do we take cashew grease up? Like, how?
We are just different. Y'all leave us.
Cashew.
Right.
Grease up. Like, it's so far apart.
Where
guilty pleasure.
Yeah, where your guilty pleasure, yeah.
I think I've been to eat my pad and leg with my pad right in front of you. Any guilty pleasure for me.
So you're not guilty about anything?
I'm not guilty, yeah. If it makes me happy, I do it. It's my life. If you don't feel bad about it, that's your business.
It's not so much of being guilty, but it's something that like you overindulge in.
And yeah.
Yeah, but I don't hide it.
Being guilty. What is your
I don't hide it. So like, yeah, it's not secret.
I mean, I don't hide, but like, watching that stuff is trash.
It really is.
It's so good.
It's so good. That's me and Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I love it.
It's complete trash, but I love it.
And the reunion for Potomac is coming on tonight, right?
Oh God, yeah.
I missed a couple of episodes. I need to catch up.
No, man, don't even watch it. Wait for the reunion. Those women were just crazy, cray. Wait for the reunion and just watch it. Because
no, I got data. I'm gonna watch it.
You got data? You can turn your camera on.
Well, yeah,
You know who bullshit? Yeah, you want you to see the picture.
Yeah, where your guilty pleasure.
My guilty pleasure. I think my alter ego is so hood and she's so ratchet. And it goes so contradictory to my outside whatever.
That part.
But my
yes.
inner girl that gets on that treadmill when she's at the gym,
Oh.
she's great.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel that.
you know, so yeah, I got a lot of that in there.
Is
my
that
guilty
you?
pleasure.
I
Well,
don't
you know what?
believe it.
Earlier when Yade answered a question, and it was the question about the best love advice. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, we gotta find a way to get Yade out of character. Because every time she
Look at
answers
you.
a question,
Bad
she's
influence.
always in character. So maybe we need to bring that alter ego around. Let's see who she is.
Bad influence.
No good advice.
But okay, then you know what? I'm starting with her. Naughty or nice?
Very naughty.
For some reason, I think all of you here. Claudia,
I'm nice. I'm very
you're
nice.
not nice.
I am very, very nice.
You are not nice. I will
I am. I'm a
I drop you
darling.
over Charlene because yeah, she ain't gonna be lying to us.
Very, very nice. Oh, don't mind me.
I'm naughty.
Wow.
Very naughty.
We know.
I am a darling.
We
All right.
know.
What is it? I feel the sexiest in.
Nothing.
Exactly. Nothing.
Nah. So
Air it out.
I feel the sexiest in blue jeans. I just think it's like one of the sexiest thing. Yeah. Your tight blue jeans.
It depends where you want to
You better give us details on the jeans because they got grandma jeans, they got boyfriend
I
jeans.
said tight. The
I'm
tight
telling
one.
you, be confusing people.
Skinny jeans
The skinny jeans. The one in a tight.
What is
or
it?
bare bottoms.
Yeah. You know what? There was a time I was so in love with bell bottoms. I mean,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I
Dior?
kind of like it. Wild leg.
Mhm, I like jeans.
Yeah. But I like
But
jeans.
all those styles are coming back in style now. So
Yeah.
You know what I saw the other day, and it was from the 70s. You know the thing that Beyonce always wear, I
of
call
course,
it those swimsuits they can be wearing on the stage now.
Mhm.
oh,
You know they were doing that in the 70s, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Jean
I
found
saw-
them. Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw a music video. What doing? I was like, "Oh, so why they on our little young artists?"
It's all done on some of their outfit.
that's
Yeah,
true.
you know, the
Going in,
leotard,
working it.
That's true.
their lab warmers and hairbands. If you
The
can
other day, I was listening to a Iyanla Vanzant interview, and she was talking about, I think it was Nicki Minaj, either Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion, and she was talking about how it was so vulgar the way they were dancing. And somebody else said, but listen, Tina Turner was that woman. So she was saying in the way like the new artists, they gyrate, they're shaking their butt all over the place. So back in those days, Tina was all over with her legs and doing her thing, but she wasn't as like, you know, as vulgar as they are today. But of course, trends emerge and things happen. So we can't expect that our artists will still be dancing, doing Proud Mary, keep on dancing. Like, you know.
But then again, I think about it, right? Well, I think about it like some of us were in when we were in college and stuff. You think about Adina Howard's freak Nick.
Well, I was getting ready to call her name.
Yeah,
Ratchet when we were coming up in college.
Yeah,
So
but
we
that
had
other girl.
I love Adina. Adina's my
I
auntie
like her
in my
now, yeah,
head.
but her song was, yeah.
Yeah,
For the
from
time.
the era, you know, thinking about that, the era with Lil Jon, the East Side Boy, and Uncle Luke and stuff, we were like maybe the pioneers.
Yeah, let me tell you.
know?
Okay, there go that alter ego coming out.
And you know, Adina's still performing actually. Like I saw a video of her performing last night, like twerking and everything on stage with her little shorts and her little boots and everything. I said, okay.
Is he too old to be doing that?
Yeah.
She's still doing it, and people are still buying tickets to see this lady perform. She's still putting out albums, everything.
We saw her when, and it was right when the song was hot. We went to the Bahamas and we saw her perform in this club in there. And Jahad is on song that Jahad club look that Jahad just straight up hood. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. That's that song, My Neck, My Back. But there's a page that I follow on IG called Funk Life Forever. Don't let grandma and be lying to you.
I know.
Some of the dance move they were doing on there with the, I mean, it was a little ratchy. They might not be lying to us. Yeah.
Right.
It's just that our own, maybe we bent down. Yeah. Their own, they roll a little bit more. But if you go on that page, you know, they played music videos, a stage performance from the 60s, well, from the 80s back all the way back. And yeah. They were doing it. That's why I saw the woman in the sweatsuit. I'm like, come on, why they got the mouth on B?
Right.
We were doing everything in the men and their outfits with the shorts. Shorts, grown men with shorts with a long leg out and the little socks up. The fashion one
But that was sexy back in the days. All the NBA players, that was what they wore.
That's true.
Yeah.
Go watch Soul Train too.
No, but the athletes, they set the tone. They had on those booty shorts, so everybody else was wearing them.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite body parts, lady?
My legs,
Mine too.
and my eyes, and my dimples.
Yeah. I mean, but they're just over head to toe.
God.
Yeah.
I see a whole body look.
My eyes. That's all that.
Yeah, they.
My favorite body part, I love my cheekbones because the more I look at mature Black women, it seems like this.
Here we go with politically correct answers. Come on, alter ego.
I like my bow legs too.
But why people like it? Why I like? I don't know.
What you like?
What you like?
I don't know why I like. I
Okay.
like everything.
What you like about
I
it?
have a specific part. I know what I don't like.
What you like?
I like my nose.
I got a doctor for that.
No, I don't want
God,
cheese.
Jesus.
I would never say my
And you know what? I want more boobs.
Ah.
Wait, well, how did we get from your
I know I wear ass. What you like?
Yeah, what we don't like. Yeah, I need just a little bit more. Just a little bit.
Okay, a BBL.
I got a doctor for that too.
Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about it. I'm about to save my money.
I mean, if it makes you happy, why not?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Number two, I'm done with I told you, right, Charlene, I'm done with diet. I'm not doing that crap no more because it seemed like the
You
more
wanna
I try
buy
to
it.
do diet and go exercise, the more it seems like the
Buy
women
it.
that don't want to go or it's coming on. So I'm done with it. If I want to remove anything from my body, I will cheat. I will go get a nip and yeah,
Even if you go and get surgery, you still have to maintain it.
yeah, you know
Yeah.
Yes, go back to the same place.
I'm done. This is
Yeah,
this
you go,
is
you spend $10,000, you get a BBL, and then you come back, you eating, doing whatever, and then all that stuff coming back. So you wasting your money. You got 10 G's. Let me invest in something for you.
No, seriously.
my boobs.
That's like a
Invest in
lot
good
of money.
lenses that will make you look at yourself and feel sleep.
Look. And when I put a pants on, the pants can come up, eh?
Custom made
ladies,
clothes
this
will
was
change all the
fun.
sizes inside to size 2.
No, I cheating now. I would cheat. I get small money. Oops first.
All right, when you're ready, we can get twin BBLs, okay?
And my thing is, maybe when I get the boobs, they would make the stomach look flat because then we'll be out here.
Not true.
Yeah.
Not true. The boobs can make his stomach look bigger.
You be looking at that capital B.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Let's get I just want just a little more. Bye, ladies. So thank you
Bye.
so much again, SWEETZ. And let me play your latest song, ladies. Hope everybody have a beautiful weekend. And well, on it.
After the weekend, no problem.
A beautiful week. Yeah, Matia. Sorry.
Yeah.
But if y'all get a chance, y'all check out SWEETZ. She's on SWEETZ. Tell us your IG. Yeah. Why you looking for it?
So my Instagram is First Lady SWEETZ, SWEETZ. My Twitter as well. All of my social media handles are First Lady SWEETZ. So
all right. Well, ladies, have a great week again, and we'll see y'all next Sunday.
thank you for having me.
Here's Candy from SWEETZ.
Thank you.
If you take that thing away from me, I go. If you take that thing away from me, I go. Sweet like candy, sweet like candy, sweet like candy, sugar, sweet like candy, sugar.
I want to ask what this is.
What she said? What?